Greetings, parishioners of St. Joan of Arc Parish. As you can see, I'm standing at the north entrance of the church, admiring the statue of our patron. And I've been struck before, but never like recently, about her facial expression. And as you look carefully at that, closely, you see it's very much focused on the future. She's focusing on the future at a time of terrible tragedy when she is being executed, martyrdom by fire. And I can't help but believe that she was able to endure this death because she kept her focus on what was yet to come, her homeland in the full presence of God. So as you can tell, we've moved inside the church to yet another image of our patron. The same gaze. She looks into the future. This time she's looking into the future prior to a battle that she's going to lead with her soldiers. And one of the statements by which she is remembered is what she said to the soldiers prior to going in. She said, "In God's name, let us go forth bravely. In God's name, let us go forth bravely." There's a lesson to be learned here, I believe, that our patron teaches us. That at times of great difficulty, even times that are life-threatening, we're able to endure those because we have a gaze fixed on the future with God, and because in God's name we are given the courage to go forth bravely. So ask ourselves, how did we get through this past year and some months with the COVID pandemic? It's because, I believe, our heavenly patron was on our side, whispering into our hearts, "In God's name, you can go forth bravely." And because we had countless people who rallied together at a very difficult time to make sure everything, as far as possible, would sustain our parish. So we had people keeping it alive through their generous contributions on a regular basis. We had volunteers who sanitized, who greeted people at the doors, people who, most importantly, made sure that the liturgy was brought to those who couldn't be here. All of these people, galvanized by the vision of the future at a time when there would be no more pandemic, got us through it. And now we are on the other side, and restrictions keep getting lessened, and more doors are opening. And we're hopeful that in the very near future, we'll be able to have full worship with joyful song. And to that end, we have a committee together to plan and organize these events. And I want to show you the logo that was designed for this moment in our history. St. Joan of Arc Church and School, reunite and reignite. The call we have right now is to come back together, to be reunited in the faith that is so precious to us, a faith that was preserved by so many volunteers and people of deep prayer. And once reunited, then we reignite. We set ourselves on fire with the power that comes from the Spirit, so that we can not just have survived this pandemic, but be all the better for it. So our committee is looking forward to the future. We're planning a number of events, a very festive liturgy, perhaps sometimes in the fall, when we can all gather together again in worship. Some kind of a social event, a picnic, that brings us all together for fun and fellowship. We're looking at catechetical opportunities, new experiences of prayer and learning that we've gleaned from these months of being quarantined. And who knows what else will surface from the promptings of the Spirit in the weeks and months ahead. We'll keep you posted on all of our efforts to reunite and reignite. And I ask that you keep us all, our parish community, in your prayers. We want to thank in a special way our patron, this woman, St. Joan of Arc, who gave her life for the glory of God, and whom I believe contributed to our survival during this time, so that we too can unite in glory to God. Thank you all, God bless you, and I look forward to seeing you at Mass.